You've clicked this video because you want to find out the best custom tactics pro players are using at the moment. And today we are joined by FUTWIZ NIKSNEB, our pro player, to show us his custom tactics and essentially what helps him go from A to B, or essentially take him to the next level when playing FIFA. Now, you will look at the team and be like, oh my god, Denman, the team's crazy. Of course he could do it with this team. Don't worry, I've got an average team. I use these custom tactics as well, and they will definitely help you improve your game. Make sure to pay attention to every little thing he says about exactly why he uses certain instructions on players, and I hope you enjoyed the vid. Right then, guys, so as I mentioned before, we are joined by FUTWIZ NIKSNEB. NIKSNEB, how are we, mate?
I'm all good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm ready to go. I'm buzzing to find out these tactics because I need to refresh my tactics. Now, what we're going to be started off with today, guys, we're going to be giving you two sets of tactics. Okay, we're going to give you a defensive formation, and we're also going to give you our attacking formation, which we play in game. Now, we're going to actually start off with our defensive formation. Now, Sneb, when you're trying to hold out a lead, what formation do you go to? And show us these tactics, mate.
Yeah, so this year I've actually struggled to find a defensive formation to hold the ball because press really OP and dribbling is quite bad, so it's hard to keep the ball this year. But I find that these tactics help me a lot. I've used it in pro games and I'm 2 or 3 goals up, and it's pretty good, to be fair. So yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1, but the 2, so we've got a bit more width than just the 4-2-3-1. I find it a bit better because I think the best way to keep the ball is on the wings, so that's why I played a 4-2-3-1-2.
Cool, brilliant stuff. And in terms of your tactics, just on the left of there, obviously it's quite small. So, like, for example, free kicks, players in the box is very low, isn't it? Like, you don't want no one committing forward. This is the time to hold out a game, really, isn't it? And like, I see your depth is quite not massively high either, so you don't want to be getting through ball and stuff. Is that the reasons why you've got that? Yeah,
so my width and stuff, I just want it more tight. It's just self-explanatory, really. You want it a bit more compact and nothing silly. Same for the corners and free kicks. I don't want to give away a stupid goal going up for a corner or a free kick. Don't want to overfill the box. We want players back and ready to defend. The depth, I'm pretty sure that's the same depth as my normal tactics, which is what I feel comfortable with. You may lower it, or you might play like 70 depth on your normal tactic, but I like to keep it the same just because I feel more comfortable using the same depth as my normal tactic.
Brilliant stuff. And now talk to me through the instructions. Tell me why you have certain instructions on certain players and the reason for it, if you could, please.
Yeah, so stay back on my fullback, self-explanatory again. CDM, stay back, cover centre. Don't put passing lanes or anything on. I feel like the CDMs get a bit like they're a bit too hungry for the ball and try and nick stuff, and they miss it and you get costed. But wingers, come back on defence, just getting back. 2 banks of 4. The cam is on nothing. I like to just get into the little holes in the field, try and give him the ball and try and make a free ball down the wings of the striker. And the striker is like saying absolutely nothing. So the top 2 you leave and everyone else basically come back.
Cool, so that's pretty much a park the bus job and counter, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, get all the numbers back, solidify the defence, and move on pretty much. Now, you're not probably starting thinking, Denman, that's some really boring tactics. Well, they're meant to be boring. They're defensive tactics. Now, moving on to where the magic happens is the 4-2-2, isn't it, Sneb? This is like your bread and butter. This is what gets Sneb to over 1,000 skill rating in the elite division. And you're going to talk us through it and tell us exactly why you got certain things on your tactics and stuff. And I see the width straight away has increased by a good 15, 16, hasn't it?
Yeah, so these are the 4-2-2 tactics. I've been using them most of the year, to be fair. Nothing wrong with them. Haven't found anything wrong with them. I've used them for months, smashing the game out against the best players as well. So, and there's been no faults with this formation. The width, I've put it up a bit because the 4-2-2 is already quite narrow. With you got a right cam and a left cam instead of a right mid, a left mid, and a 4-4-2. So they're already kind of in. However, I like to push it a bit more out just so I give that good balance down the wing. Depth, as I said, it's the same. I feel comfortable with 55. You can play 70 plus for the automatic offside traps, but I don't like it. I feel like I get free balled and stuff that's out of my control. Balance direct passing. You would have seen this for years now. That's the go-to meta. You can play fast build up. I know some pros use fast build up and forward runs sometimes as well. But I feel like, again, it's a bit too quick for me. Like, players just rush forward. If you miss the chance to go forward, you might get costed. So I don't like that. Corners, very OP this year. You'll see them all the time. Get players in the box, try and get a cheap goal. Players in the box, I've gone 5, which is, you might think it's not that much, but I feel like just the 2 strikers in the box and we've got the 2 rams as well. That's all we kind of need. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just for people who may not understand, With direct passing, what are actually the benefits of having direct passing on your custom tactic? Like,
Yeah, so direct passing kind of makes their defence go a bit back more. So say if we're on down the wing, your two strikers will just keep running and force their defence back. So when you come in from the wing or you come back, their defence is really like far back, which gives you a bit of space to get into the box.
Okay, brilliant stuff. And talk to me about the instructions, what you have on your players as well, because this is an interesting one, which I'd like to see, because I used a 4-2-2, and I'm pretty sure your custom tactics are going to be a little bit different to mine as well, so talk me through it.
Yeah, so I've tried a lot of instructions with this 4-2-2, but this is what we've been going with. We've now got overlap on our fullbacks. I never used to have this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a bit easier for my midfielders to find my fullbacks, like a wide ball down the line, a bit of space there. They give more of an option, I think. So the fullbacks will stay back overlap. The CDM stay back cover centre again. Don't like cut passing lanes. I used to play with it, but don't like it anymore. Stay back cover centre. And a new tactic this year is deep line playmaker. Now this is, I think, what it's good for is it gets the centre mids in front of their centre mids to give us an option from our strikers or rams. They show a bit more. They get in front of their centre mids, which is a good thing. But yeah, stay back cover centre, 2 DMs, simple. And then Ram and Lamb, basic. They kind of get back, kind of go forward, get into the box for cross. So that will be, if my Ram is running forward, my Lamb will be at the back post kind of thing. So they'll be in the box. And drift wide, again, 4-2-2 is a bit narrow. Same for the width on the tactics. So you put drift wide on them, and again, I think it helps the formation. And the two strikers, stay central, get in behind, and stay forward. So there's a lot of tactics on the strikers, but I believe that these are the best ones to have. Stay central, you can play this unbalanced. It doesn't really matter, I actually don't think, but I've played with stay central, I don't want to change things. Getting behind, through balls are OP. Stay forward for counter attacks, etc, etc. You need your strikers on their centre backs at all times.
Cool, brilliant stuff. And now a lot of people will be asking, does it matter if I don't have R9, don't have the IR Tory, don't have an OP team? Because that's the first thing people say. They're like, look, you pay to win, you've got an amazing team, this won't work with a normal team. What's your argument to that? Because obviously you haven't had a pay to win team from the start, have you? You played with like an average team as well, right?
Yeah, so these will work with most teams. They're just a balanced formation. It's not like you need like 99 pace strikers, etc. This will work with most teams. Like Neymar is like a ball playing midfielder down the wing. This would be the same for like Bernardo Silva and players like that. Messi. I know he's not crazy cheap, but
yeah.
He'll still do the same job as Neymar, I believe. So yeah.
So it's just about finding alternatives. So for example, like you've got Hakimi on overlap because he's quick and he's got good passing. So there'll be other fullbacks you can find which are quick with good passing who will do the same job. The reason why you've got such good players is because you are competing at the highest levels against the top pros in the world, right? Yes,
for sure. So it's the same for my two centre midfielders. DM, just a big DM that wins the ball loads, and then a kind of a ball maker that kind of does everything. So you'll be able to get like
Fofana or someone like
Guendouzi, Seko Fofana, like they're the cheap options. They will do the same kind of job.
Yeah, cool, brilliant stuff. I mean, like ball playing midfielders, you're talking like even like the Perisic card as well, eh? Like the Perisic card, which is I think that's under 50k now as well. So there's top cards which pros do use in their teams and have used in their teams, which you can get your hands on as well. Just because maybe they don't look the best, don't mean they're not the best. Because Perisic is a card which a lot of pros were using. But anyway, NIKSNEB, if you want to take it back to your team, just show your team off one more time. It's looking beautiful, perfect. And they are the custom tactics guys for Mr. NIKSNEB. And they should help you improve your weekend league results. Now, look, if you play with it for a couple of games that don't get better, just stick to it. It will work. It's tried and tested. I used a 4-2-2. He uses a 4-2-2. Loads of people use it, okay? Now, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe. All them ones, you know the vibe. I will leave his link in the description with his Twitter, his Twitch, etc. So you can watch his gameplay live when he decides to stream and stuff. And you can also go over to his Twitter and show him some love on there as well. But until the next time, we will see you soon. And thank you for watching.